everybody, welcome back to Ursa Minor Sewing. Samantha and my Minion here, and today in this video we're going to show you how we prepped, or we're going to show you the materials that we used to make this link costume and how I prepped them for the sewing process. Let's get started. So for the link costume, I'm just going to show you the materials we're going to be using. We have this large men's t-shirt in the appropriate green. Also very appropriate, it's got that symbol on it, but we're going to be cutting that out.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to be making the tunic and the hat out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the legs, we've got these pairs of girls' leggings here, and I'm going to cut them down to be the right length. Yeah, they need to be little, right?
Yeah.
These are too big for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. For his gauntlets, I have a pair of ladies' socks in brown, and I'm just going to cut them off about halfway and put a thumb hole in them.
Thumb hole in them?
Yeah, so you can put your thumb through. For his sword and shield, we actually found these at Walmart, and they're about the right shape, but they're not the right color, so I'm going to paint them and take the dragon off so that they look about right.
Yeah.
For his boots and his belt, we actually already had a policeman's costume with boots and belts that were about right. So here is the belt. And here are the boots. These just slip on over a pair of running shoes. And then for the various details, like the armor on the gauntlet and the gems, we've got some...
So I get the shiny out?
We are, don't worry. Sorry. We have some crafting foam.
Yeah.
That will hot glue to the shield.
Yeah.
And some red glitter glue because I couldn't find gems. So this is going to represent gems for the costume.
Yeah. I do it.
Yep. Now it's on to the measurements. So now I'm going to take the measurements for the different pieces.
Yeah.
The first measurement we want to take is for the hat. We want to measure how Link would be wearing it, so his ears would be showing. And I've got 20 inches.
Yeah.
Turn this way. For his hat length, you're going to measure from about where the band of the hat would be on top of the head, down the back of the head, and just let it hang. And you want hold still. You want the hat to fall right between the shoulder blades thereabouts, and I'm getting 15.5 inches.
Yeah. Don't pull my hair.
I'm not pulling your hair, silly boy. Okay, put your arms out. Okay, now we're going to do, for the tunic measurements, you're going to go around the rib cage, which I have 21 inches. Nope, arms down. Arms down. Head up. Now for the tunic length, it's actually going to be about the same length as this t-shirt, but just to make sure, I'm going to go from the middle of the shoulder. Just let it hang down, and we want the tunic to hit about middle of the thigh. And actually, that is roughly 19.5. We'll go, 19 inches.
Yeah.
Not ready. Hey, get back up there. I'm not done. And then for the armhole, you're just going to measure down. You can actually just measure on this t-shirt how deep the armhole is from the top of the shoulder down. And that's about 6.5 inches.
Yay!
Yeah, is it yay?
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Show me your... For the glove length, you're going to measure from this part of the thumb up the wrist, and Link's gauntlets don't quite make it to his elbow. So I'm going to cut my lady's sock at about 5.5 inches. And my little boy's hand width here is also 5.5 inches.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the camera. Say, time to start cutting.
Stop cutting.
Yay!
Yay.
Sorry guys, one last measurement that I'll need is for shortening the leggings. And so all I have to do is make sure his pants are sitting in the right spot, and you want to measure down the leg, the inside of the leg, down to about where the ball of the ankle is, which is about 14 inches.
Look, I'll go inside there.
Yeah.
Look, I'll go inside there. After you done my costume.
Yeah, we're gonna go trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Get candy?
Yeah.
Be fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are all the measurements I'm gonna need to make this costume. Okay, so here we are at the cutting mat, and I've got it flipped. The back of the shirt is going to be what I'm going to use for the tunic, and the front of the shirt is going to be for the hat. What I have to do here, because this actually goes into the arm quite a ways, is I have to cut the sleeves off first. So just to prep our t-shirt here, we're going to cut the sleeves off. This light. Just like that. And I determined that right across the back, actually, this is just wide enough to make the tunic. It's 23.5 inches. I actually only need 23, but that's okay. Gives me a little extra wiggle room to work with. Maybe I'll make the shirt a little extra baggy. Sorry if my head's in the shot. Next, what we're going to do is from the bottom of the armholes here, I'm just going to measure up from the bottom, just an inch from the bottom of the armhole. And then I'll just go straight across. And just measure to make sure that that's the right length all the way across. These shirts are never cut completely right, but now all we have to do is just cut straight up this fold here. Straight up this fold here. And then straight across. And this is my tunic piece. So that's cut out and ready to go. Next we're going to do the hat. All we need to do is, I want this bottom band part preserved in the grand scheme of things here. So I'm actually going to turn my mat around this way. And I need 21 inches here. 20 for the head circumference and 1 inch for seam allowance. So that's going to bring me to off my mat. It's going to bring me to right here, which Which is funny when you consider that this mat, oh, mat's only 1.5 feet. Never mind. Okay, and now we're going to find the middle of that. Or sorry, did I measure 20 or 21? I want 21. So I'm going to go 20 and a half because this stretches and it'll stick to his head better. So 20 and a half, which means I need to go to about 10 and a quarter as my middle. And I'll measure over again from here to right about there. And just draw a line. This is a really quick costume, guys. It's not perfect. If I wanted to do a perfect one, I'd make patterns, but he's growing, so it just gives me an excuse to make him a new costume in the future. Okay, and the hat height, or hat length, is 15.5 inches. I'm going to move this over to there, like that. And I'm going to put my ruler on that mark at the bottom, and then just pivot it on this mark until I get 15.5 inches. I think I'm going to go a little longer actually because this is looking like a very short squat hat, so I'm actually going to go to 18 inches. Right about there. There we go. Sometimes you just got to go with what looks right. And that looks a bit better. So I'm going to fold this in half right along this line now. Just like that. And cut with my rotary cutter. Just a quick zip along this line here. Just like that. And there's Link's hat. All I have to do to sew this together is just sew a quick 1/4 inch seam along that edge, and there's Link's hat. Okay, so now I will cut down the gloves and leggings. Okay, so now for the leggings, all I need to do, if you can find little girls' leggings that don't have feet on them, or, you know, they do have feet but they're the right size, go ahead. I tried to find the right size but couldn't, so now I'm doing one more alteration to this. Anyways, you're going to fold them in half like this. Then open them up to reveal that little crotch seam there. And right where that fold is, you're going to put your tape measure down. And just measure down. I'm going to measure down to 15 inches. That way I can do a 1 inch. About there. And then I'm just going to cut it off. Actually, I'm going to go about 1/2 inch over just to be on the safe side. And just cut that off. Look, you even have like a pair of socks out of the deal. Now all I have to do is hem them. For the gloves, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the toes of these right off. Just like that. And then I'm going to measure up. Let's see. It was 5.5. So I'm actually going to go more like 7 inches because that will give me a 1 inch here and a 1/2 inch here. So right about there is where we're going to cut. And then for the top of the hand, for going around the hand, I'm going to cut a 2-inch section to make the thumb hole. There we go. And when I sew this on, I'll sew it on folded in half like that. So thanks for joining me for this quick link costume video. This is part 1 of 2. In the next video will be the actual sewing part. So until next time, guys, happy sewing!